So with satellite remote sensing, there are trade-offs. We could have good detail or excellent spatial resolution, but we would be unable to cover the entire state of Alaska in a timely manner. So since we're interested in vegetation dynamics and trends, typically we use sensors that cover a large area and have frequent coverage. So here's an example swath from the AVHR sensor covering the entire state in one pass. Now there's one major problem, and that is clouds and cloud shadow contamination during the growing season. So ideally we would have many passes in one day. So we could have, for example, 8 to 10 passes in one day. And then over a 2-week period, we may have 100 samples for any one location. And we pick the best sample using a method called compositing. So one simple method might be to pick the maximum NDVI of these 100 samples for a location on the ground. And then by compositing, we're minimizing the problems of cloud and cloud shadow deflating our NDVI values. And we tend to pick the optimum NDVI value for whatever time period we're interested in. So here are some field-based tundra NDVI measurements, and ideally we would capture the peak or maximum growing season NDVI from a time series of composite NDVI satellite images. So ideally we would capture, for example, the peak for shrub tundra might be an NDVI of about 0.83, as opposed to the peak for mossy tussock tundra might be an NDVI value of about 0.67. So here's an example of the maximum NDVI for the entire growing season in Alaska and the Yukon Territory. And then if we have a time series, we can look at the trend of the maximum growing season NDVI over decades. So a decreasing trend in maximum summer NDVI has been called a browning trend. In contrast, an increasing trend in NDVI over time has been called the greening trend. And there have been many studies using different sensors and different methods, and they've consistently found a general pattern of increasing summer maximum NDVI in Arctic Alaska. So this greenish color would be a greening trend in this study, and the reddish color or yellowish color are increasing NDVI trends in this study. And the other pattern has been a browning trend or declining NDVI in boreal interior Alaska. So the red in this study or the blue area in this study. Okay, so let's explore the greening trend in Arctic Alaska.